and ideas I've used in my life in order to help you to get to that next level. You guys are in an industry which is absolutely for modern day marketing. Market, how to reach Gen Z. 60% of people who watch YouTube now watch it on TV. So like it is now their version of TV.
60% or
60%.
60? Wow.
60. Because they watch it on their second screen.
And so only thought it was on phones. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And so now think about it. Someone sits down on their sofa and says, turn on, I want to watch this person. And so now what that opens up is a massive opportunity for people here who maybe you don't want to do the whole 60 seconds, let's talk about something. Maybe it takes you 10 minutes to talk about a specific format or a show. YouTube is a perfect place for you. Maybe it is as simple as, I don't know, so you said there's life insurance, mortgage insurance.
In the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, so mortgage advisors, life insurance advisors, there'll be estate planners, wealth advisors, so people who do wills, trusts, pensions. In the room,
if I'm thinking about like estate planning, instantly I am thinking about the Mr. Beast method, which is basically, let's think about the topic and then think about the craziest possible angles, which if you were not interested in the actual thing, you will still be interested in the idea. So estate planning and wills and trusts, I might say something like 10 of the craziest ways people have lost their inheritance, right? Or like, tell the story about this person who didn't have a will and then as a result all their money, or tell the story of like, because I've heard this before, people put in their will, I want all my money to go to my cat. Right? And you're like, wait, what? Like that is genuinely interesting. And so now imagine a show where you talk about all the craziest wills that you have seen. People would just like want to know that because it's just really interesting junk food. And then they go, hang on, this person knows a ton about wills. I should probably use them. So you see how we're like using content to almost say, all right, this thing is going to be genuinely interesting. Same way, a guy who just listens to hardcore rap before he then goes to talk about life insurance. This thing is genuinely interesting. And then, by the way, it is brought to you by this person who can help you do the thing.
Just a different and new way, right? I think a lot of people are used to doing referrals, introduced as the traditional forms of marketing. It's just a different way, right? But this is certainly the way it's going, right? This is... what's the average, I don't know if you know this, average age on things like YouTube lives and streams and things? Is that typically younger? I mean, what year?
YouTube has aged up. YouTube has aged up, TikTok has aged up, Instagram has also aged up.
I was really surprised when Bob taught us about TikTok. Like some of the leads he's been getting are really wealthy individuals on TikTok. I just assumed, and I think probably a lot of people in here are the same, maybe just assumed it's really young time wasters on TikTok, but I don't think that's the case.
It's definitely aged up. And also, look, like, you don't get to a certain age and then say, I'm now not gonna doom scroll. Like, you just don't. You doom scroll, you doom scroll, you doom scroll. I doom scroll, you doom scroll, right? We're just human beings who sometimes when we need some dopamine, we just, right? And so, as a result, we shouldn't try and almost like age gate people. A much better way to think about it is like, what is the behavior of the time now? And the behavior of the time is that we have these things in our pockets, which are, candidly, and it's a bit negative, but like dopamine given machines. And the auntie who is whatever 70 is definitely doom scrolling on there because she loves her soap operas, right? And that auntie has the money to be a potential customer. And the best thing about this thing is we now live in a world where the algorithm will find you your people. That was not the case 7 years ago. So now your followers don't mean shit. Your content means everything. And that is actually such a major change. You can put out something. You can say in the video the type of person that you want it to be for. You do that enough times, Mr. Zuckerberg, Mr. TikTok, Mr. YouTube will just go and say, this is for this person. And I'm just gonna show them more and more and more and more. So don't think about platforms, think about behavior, and eventually what will happen is your content will then find the right people.
Cool, love that. Do one last question before we get Sarah on. Has anyone got a question? Put your hand up, you were first. This guy over here with the grey jacket on. You, yeah.
Specific, what was one of the biggest pain points of
From? That's so specific. Wow. Let's talk about that afterwards. Liam was a guy who I was in Cape Town with, and we created some content. But I guess the broader topic is like, what are some of the biggest takeaways on AI that I got? I think that I always thought that I had to prompt AI to give me stuff. And then over time, I came to realize that actually the better thing is something called meta prompting, which is where you say, I want to do this thing, and now you tell me what I should ask you in order for you to do the thing. And that single-handedly changed everything for me, because I was like, I have in my brain an idea of how something should be, but you are AI. So you know way more about all the different things that could go wrong and all the different things that I should think about. So anytime I'm thinking about prompting or doing something, I might say something like, okay, this is the prompt. Give me a better prompt, but before that, ask me enough questions so that you can then come up with a better prompt. And every single time it crushes my prompt, because my prompt is just like me just chatting rubbish, right? So that has been the single biggest thing that I would recommend anyone use in terms of getting the best out of AI.
Love that. Huge round of applause to Timothy, please, everyone. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Thank you, man.